Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Wake up. It is Wednesday morning. Time to get you caught up for Raid Shadow Legends. We've got a lot of craziness going on recently with the Geomancer drama. Plarium addressing it multiple different times. Updates, bugs, nerfs, maintenance. We've got a Fire Knight super raid dungeon that I think is going to be one of the biggest whale war tournaments we've seen in a while. And obviously the fusion and everything going on. But I will get you full context and everything you need to know as we head into the middle of the week here. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first off, we might as well just dive in to talking about the Geomancer drama and craziness going on. I know Reddit is a buzz, and the community is really up in arms about everything kind of going on with Geomancer. So let's get you some full context as to what is going on here. We've got a couple different announcements coming down from Plarium this morning. The first one is talking about restarting the server as a technical fix for a couple payment issues and adjustments to Geomancer. And the reasons they give is his passive will proc with a 30% chance like Giant Slayer instead of a 60% chance like Warmaster. His passive will proc on every hit instead of once per turn. And so now it will similarly function to the Giant Slayer Mastery, and damage will be reduced to 3% of target max HP instead of 4%. So we are making the switch from a War Master-like effect to a Giant Slayer-like effect. Then about an hour after that, we get this this next announcement here with looks like lots of clarification. It's going to be, since we are seeing a lot of questions and worries regarding the recent changes to the way Geomancer works, we would like to elaborate on where we stand on this right now. First of all, we want to explain why we came to a decision to rework Geomancer's passive skill, Stone Guard. The decision was motivated by the direction of in-game crashes and freezes by our internal tool. According to our crash reports and further investigation, these issues were caused by Geomancer's passive. That was the only reason we were okay, I'm getting confused trying to read this here. That was the only reason why we were forced. I think it's supposed to say that wasn't the only reason why we were forced to rework the way his passive skill worked. Namely, it was, yeah, I don't get what this means. But anyway, to make so that damage from his passive skill no longer triggers certain masteries. Okay, so basically what this sentence is saying is they believe there was a bug causing internal crashes in their system that needed to be addressed from the coding side of things, I guess, and it was based around the passive skill of Geomancer and proccing all of these effects that work with masteries. So they're going to make it so that damage from his passive no longer triggers certain masteries, namely War Master and Giant Slayer. We totally understand that there was a lot of confusion when Geomancer changes were found in the rebalance section after the release went live, not in the bug fixes. It happened due to our oversight, and we apologize for confusing you with this information. And what they're addressing there is a lot of people felt like this came out of nowhere. Like, okay, we knew about the Urgram changes and Tomb Lord and War Mother and all these champions, and then all of a sudden they just sneak in these Geomancer bug fixes, and it's like, whoa, you're just drastically changing a champion that you just had a summoning event for, which obviously is a bad look. Like, you don't want to have a 10x or a guaranteed pull 40 ancients for this champion and then 2 weeks later massively adjust them. That really misled players into getting something they thought they were getting, or something they thought was going to function a certain way, and then all of a sudden it's completely different. It's like, well, wait a minute, maybe I wouldn't have done that event if I would have known that. So that's why so much of the backlash and drama around this. But then let's move on to the next point. Based on the internal statistics, we decided to rework Geomancer's passive skill so that the new effect worked like War Master and not Giant Slayer without actually triggering the mastery. Since according to our data, the majority of players used War Master instead of Giant Slayer. That's why we decided to take the path in order to make it more convenient for players. However, we saw all the feedback from the community, and with today's server restart, we tweaked Geomancer's passive skill, replaced the effect of the War Master with the one that emulates Giant Slayer Mastery. So yeah, what a cluster mess here. Okay, from now on, Geomancer's passive skill will work as if supplied with Giant Slayer Mastery and will deal approximately the same amount of damage as before. Unfortunately, there was one side effect to the fix that cannot be avoided. The new passive will not allow healing from the lifesteal set or a leech debuff. Nevertheless, Geomancer will still be able to heal from his active skills. So I know that was a big part of his value, was getting those heal procs to help him in those non-unkillable comps for early and mid-game progress into those upper tiers of the clan boss. So that is a massive downfall of this. From what I did my best to kind of get many different perspectives from many different players, Discord, Reddit, and talking with people and stuff. And the general consensus I'm hearing the most is that his damage might be a little bit less, but it's mostly the same. But the biggest downfall of this is, and after kind of the dust settled, is that the healing is much less from his capabilities with lifesteal or leech debuff. So that seems to be what I'm hearing, but let us know down below what you're experiencing. Some people are saying his damage is way less. Some people are saying, it's mostly negligible. So lots of like wildly different perspectives coming out. So it'd be really good if you could let us know if you are using Geomancer a lot in your compositions. We could make the comment section down below an opportunity for us to kind of learn from each other as to what ultimately is going on here. But they go on to say that their ultimate goal was to maintain the damage dealt by the champion to the clan boss on the same level. So their intention was not to nerf him, I guess. Their intention was to help relieve some of these glitches and bugs revolving around his passive, or at least that's what they're saying anyway. We were striving to implement the changes in such a way so that Geomancer won't suffer because of the fix that they had to make. Last but not least, all players who received negative results on Clan Boss after hitting them with the Geomancer in the team will get compensation. It will be delivered to the accounts who suffered from the bug. We'll let you know as soon as it is sent to you. How are they going to do that? Like, they can tell if your clan boss damage went down, and they can tell if you had Geomancer in the composition or something. I mean, kudos for doing that. I'm surprised they're able to do that. Like, how are they going to know who was negatively affected by that Geomancer? But they must have some way to tell. So anyway, we'll keep you updated on the situation. Have a great day ahead. Okay, so yeah, obviously lots of madness and different things. We had Geomancer bugged, doing like billions of damage, just insanity, obviously broken, and then they finally got it adjusted and fixed. And it looks like their goal is to make him pretty much the same, but just like adjust his passive so it doesn't proc internal bugs. That seems to be their goal. Hopefully they pull that off, because I don't think Geomancer was like broken or anything. He was just a really good epic for the clan boss, who's not that good in other areas of the game. So he didn't really need to be nerfed at all. But it looks like they wanted to adjust the passive because of bugs they were experiencing internally with the game. So anyway, let me know your experience down below. I'd really enjoy to hear your perspective as well. Transitioning to the stuff going on in game, typically by now we have some idea of the summoning type stuff that's going to be coming for this week, but I just checked 10 minutes ago, and as of now, we haven't heard anything from Plarium in terms of the event for this week. We're probably going to be getting some sort of 10x or like pull this many shards for this champion. We usually know by Wednesday morning, but I guess this week they're going to let us know on Thursday morning. So I will try to get a video out tomorrow morning and get you full context on exactly what's going on this weekend. But there will not be a 2x, at least unless Plarium does something they've never really done before, because we just had a 2x for Ancients, which means this week will be a 10x or special summoning event, and then next weekend will be 2x Sacreds, launching about 8 or 9 days from now. But in terms of this weekend, we don't really know yet. CVC should be launching on Tuesday, which is going to obviously be about 6 days from now. So you're going to want to plan accordingly in relation to CVC. For the other stuff going on in game, right now we've got an event coming up that's going to be crazy in my opinion, because we are going to be, it doesn't indicate it anywhere, but we're hearing from Plarium behind the scenes that there is going to be super raids activated for this Fire Night tournament that you see starting tomorrow. So obviously what that means is you can check that box and you will get 2 runs crammed into 1, so you'll spend double the energy for double the rewards that will be going on for this Fire Night tournament. And I think this is going to be one of the biggest energy tournaments that we've seen in a long time. So if you're trying to finish in the top 2 to get tournament fragments towards the fusion, it is going to be really rough. Because as you can see right up there, the Fire Night tournament launching tomorrow on October 7th is going to have 25 fragments for Demetha, who is the really good Void epic that everybody wants as part of the fusion. And people aren't going to want to have to spend money to go hard in the paint on the champion chase and the summoning type of events. So they're going to be trying to get as many fragments as possible on this Fire Night tournament. So given the fact that Fire Night is one of the best endgame dungeons to grind. So people that have a lot of resources are going to be wanting to grind the Fire Knight anyway. There's also going to be super raids as part of that. And there's going to be a tournament that is going to have 25 fragments for the Void Epic and the Fusion that a lot of people want, whether they're doing the Fusion or they just want to collect the Epic from the Fusion if they're not even going for the Legendary. So lots of reasons coinciding. You heard it here first. I am going to be calling that this Fire Knight tournament is going to be crazy tomorrow. If you want to finish in the top 2, it is going to take a lot of energy, a lot of resources to make that happen. I'm going to be trying to do it because I don't want to have to, I follow the reasons I listed. I'm going to be trying to finish in the top 2 of that Fire Knight tournament if I can, but it is going to be a slog. It is going to take a lot of resources, so be prepared for that Fire Knight tournament tomorrow. I think it's going to be a crazy one. And as I'm recording this, you can see the Dragon Tournament is going to be ending while I'm recording, basically. It says 11 minutes left. So hopefully you got the 20 fragments for Splinter over there on the right side, because that is going to be ending by the time I get this uploaded. Honestly, that'll already be old news. So hopefully you got that done. And then we also have the Champion Training Tournament. This is probably the priority that you're going to want to make sure you focus on today, because by the time I do another video or by tomorrow, this will be gone. And you want to make sure you got your 25 fragments for Splinter over here at 5150. So you can see I'm at 3100. This is something I'm definitely gonna have to pay attention to today to get that 5150 to keep pace with the fragments that I need from the guaranteed side of things on that. Then under the events tab, we've got Dungeon Divers. We got a few days left on that though, but that will be coinciding with the Fire Knight tournament that's going on. And if you're going hard in the Fire Knight, you will obviously get to 3050 to get the fragments up for grabs here. But I believe the priority is going to be first the Champion Training that's going to be ending today, and then tomorrow will be the Fire Knight, and then also you see the Artifact Enhancement event is launching tomorrow as well. So that would be the 3 things you kind of want to keep your eye on as we transition into more towards tomorrow and Friday, learning what the summoning event is going to be for this weekend. Now we can take a look at the shop and see if there's anything going on here. We've got a 40 and what's this, 100 brews. Okay, 500 gems. We've got 6 of the 5 stars and 1.5 million. Okay, and we've got a 1.36. So yeah, not gonna cut it there. Monthly pack grades out as about 2.5. Mini mix, lifesteal, $30 for epic lifesteal gear is not going to cut it. And then the pack string, I think this whole string ended up grading out as about a 1.8 or so. Energy is going to be a premium. If you're a high spender, and you're going to be going hard for the Fire Knight, this wouldn't be the worst thing to offer. But if you're not going to be going hard in the Fire Knight tomorrow and you're on more of a low to mid tier of spending, this would probably be a pass for you. So, all right, that's going to do it for this one. Remember, please let me know down below your perspective on the Geomancer craziness if you use him pretty often in your composition, because he's not a champion that I have used for a long time. So I'm doing my best to learn from other people who know more about using him as a champion and then give you the context as to what I'm hearing from the community. So I would really appreciate hearing your feedback on that. And if you're watching this right away, I'm going to be live for the next few hours, hanging out with you guys, playing some raid, having some fun, talking about all this craziness going on right now in the community. If you'd like to stop by and say hi, that link is down below in the pinned comment indicating whether I am still live or not. So also, tomorrow morning, I will let you know. Hopefully, we know what is going to be coming this weekend. I will get you the most context I can on the summoning event as soon as I know exactly what it is. So, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.